Hi guys, so today we'll be solving this problem called duplicate file in system. Let's read it. Given a list of paths of directory info, including the directory path and all the files with contents in this directory, return all the duplicate files in the file system in terms of their path. You may return the answer in any order. A group of duplicate files consists of at least two files that have the same content. A file directory info string in the input list have the following format. So this is the format of the file, that we have a root, then we have a directory name, and then the file and the content of the file in the circular bracket. So it means there are n files, f1.text to fn.text with contents f1 content, f2 content respectively. Note that n1 is greater than 1, m is greater than 0. Okay. It means that directory is just the root directory. The output is a list of group of duplicate file path. For each group, it contains all the file paths of the file that have the same content. A file path is a string that has the following format. All right. So let me just show you how we can imagine this. So we have a certain files. As you can see, we have been given a 2D an array of strings which have certain files. And for example, in the first one we have root slash a, and in the root slash a directory we have 1.txt, and the content of the 1.txt file is abcd. 2.txt, the contents of the 2.txt is efgh. Now we come to the next directory, which is c, and c has file called 3.txt which has content abcd. And then root slash c slash d, it is another file which is 4.txt and it has content efgh. And root, uh, only the root has 4.txt file and it has content efgh. So when we see, we need to return the number of similar content files. Okay. So for example, 1.txt contains abcd, and somewhere here in c directory 3.txt also contains abcd. Okay. So now what we have to do is, we have to make this content, for example abcd. So abcd is same, right? So abcd is contained in two files, right? So one is a1, a slash 1.txt, and other is root slash c slash 3.txt. So these are the two files which are having the content abcd, and therefore they should be coming in one array of string, okay, as an answer. And similarly we have efgh. So efgh is in there in three files. So one is 2.txt, 4.txt, and 5.txt in different directories. So efgh should be contained in one vector of strings, which is here. So you can see all the file root slash a dot a slash 2.txt, root slash c slash d slash 4.txt, root slash 4.txt. So all of this is in one vector of string. So we need to return the contents of the file which are same, and all of them the same content file, we need to club them together, and we need to put them in a vector, and then we need to find other files which have the same content, and we need to club them together. So in this way we need to scan the whole path array which has been given to us, and we need to identify what are the files that have the same content, and we need to group them together. So we need to understand that n should be greater than equal to 1, which means we need to have uh, two or more files in the same two or more files having the same content together. So we can't have only one file that has same content. So we can't return a vector which is of size 1. So we can see that everything here has a size more than 2. All right. So 2 or equal to 2, more than 2 or equal to 2. So we have that constraint, and we can identify the number of files that that have the same content and club them together. So I hope the problem description is clear to you. I'll go to the code part right now. So we understand that we have content of files that need to be clubbed together. So what we can do is that we can store all the content into a hash map, and we need to identify what are the files that contain the same content. So that's what we will be doing here in the code, and I'll be explaining how we can go about that. So first, we need to maintain an unordered map of string and vector of string. Let me call it files. Then we need to maintain a vector or vector string answer for storing the final answer. Now, looping through the path in paths array, which has been given to us, which is a string. Now, we understand the format of the file. So it is first, there is a root slash a, which is the directory name, and then we have a space, and then we have the file name and the content of the file in a circular bracket, and then again we have a space, and we have the file name and then content in a circular bracket. So what we can do here is we can maintain a string stream. Let me call it ss and store the path in it. Okay, now let me create some strings. First, let me create a directory. So s s will be in directory, will have all the files, all the strings which is there in ss till the space. Okay, so everything which is before will be before the space, before the first space, will be contained in directory, and that is the directory which we need, right? So as we have to return in the final answer also the directory name, so we'll be adding that in the directory. And other things that we need to make sure that we have is direct s is for looping through the through the string for this, for the different spaces that we encounter. And then we also maintain a file file name and the content of the file. Okay, now let's run a while loop for the string so that we can encounter the file name after every space. So for that, first we'll be finding auto start is equal to s dot find uh, open bracket. Okay, so when we come in the for loop, first we see that we've taken out the directory, right? So now we encounter a space and we take this part. All right, this part, when we encounter a circular bracket, so everything before that is the file name and everything inside the circular bracket is the content. So that's what we need to do here. So we also find the end, which is s dot find and close bracket. Now file would be everything which is before from 0 to start. Okay, everything from 0 to start. And content would be s dot substring from start to the end. Okay, everything in between that. And then we simply put the content and push back the file, the directory, plus we need to put it in this format, right? So directory plus slash and forward slash and the file name. So forward slash plus the file name. And now after this yeah, after this we would be storing all the elements in the file, all the elements in the hash map for similar contents. And now we'll be checking a basic check for let me just run through the files in file files map. So first we check if file dot second, which is the vector, dot size, if the vector size is greater than 1, then we simply push the content of the vector into the final answer that we need. So file dot second. Okay, now this will loop through all the files which have the same content, and we'll be pushing it in the answer, and then simply here we return answer vector, which is vector or vector string. All right, so let me run through the code again. So first we have maintained an unordered map for storing the same content of file together, and then we have maintained a vector or vector string for storing the answer, final answer. Now we run a for loop in all the paths that we have, and then from okay, sorry, so then from there we can call a string stream function which stores the path in ss, and then we made a directory, and directories, all the characters before the space are stored in the directory, and that's what we did here with the string stream function. And then string, we define as file content for storing the file and the content. So we run through all the characters which are there in the path, and we whenever we encounter a space, we stop, and therefore we have a particular set of strings, a particular set of characters which we need. So for example, here we have the first file and the contents of the file. So for that we find the open bracket and the closing bracket, and we store everything before the open bracket in the file and everything after the open bracket until the close bracket into the content. And then we simply push the content, the string content, and into the hash map, and everything related to that string content would be pushed back in the form of directory plus forward slash plus file, because that is the format in which we want the answer. And then for run a for loop of auto and file, and check if file dot second dot size is greater than 1, then we run a then we put it in the answer, and file dot second um, is the vector of string that we need, and we simply push it in the answer, and then we return the answer. Let's run the code to see if everything is working fine. Hmm. Yeah, I think the answer matches. Yep. Let's run the code. Yes, that is accepted. So I hope you guys understood the problem today. Do solve it, and thank you.